Welcome to your Cochrane Right Now. This is a weekly podcast all about the town that we love, Cochrane, Alberta, everything going on, everything happening. And of course, I'm joined by Lauren Meister. My name's Eric Ruddle. And Lauren, it's not a great story. We lost the best hotel in Cochrane to a mega fire that just will not go out.
Yeah, they have been struggling with this for the last few days, actually. Windy conditions. Everybody knows that Cochrane's windy, but it kind of all kicked off Sunday afternoon. So you want to hear my story?
Yes. Okay. So it's Sunday afternoon. We're just hanging out at home. Lauren, what are you doing?
Okay. So I was actually downtown. I was running some errands and I was grocery shopping. I just left the grocery store and actually I knew that there was going to be a rally that afternoon as well. And Noel was going to be covering the rally. And I said to my husband, I'm like, I'm just curious to know how many people were going to be at the rally.
That's interesting.
So I was like, okay, let's turn around and let's go drive by the rally just out of curiosity. Noel's on it though, no big deal. I just want to drive by it though. Yeah. And I smelt campfire smoke and I was like, maybe somebody has set up a campfire downtown. Maybe it's gonna I didn't really know because I know that's happened in other parts of the country. I thought that was maybe a thing. Right. And anyway, and I was about a block away from the rally and Noel sent me a text saying the Ramada is on fire.
Ah!
I know. I was like, turn the car around. Yeah. Let's go to the Ramada. And I saw smoke. I saw flames. We parked in the Tim Hortons parking lot. And I hopped the fence into the dog park. Snaked my jeans a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to say, so, Lauren, you don't seem like you're the fence hopping type. But
I'm the fence hopping type.
Fence hopping type?
To get the photo. I was a reporter for like 15 years. Are you kidding me?
So
yeah. I will hop fences.
So when you snag your jeans, did you get a spike to your butt?
My leg, the back of my leg.
Nice.
Oh yeah, a little bit of a snag.
And were you just like, yes, I'm in the moment. Who cares? Let's go.
It's fine. I was wearing my Sunday jeans. We're good. We're good.
So much better than the Monday jeans.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're good.
So you're getting your photo.
Yeah, and to be clear, the town of Cochrane did not send out a release saying the dog park was closed at this point. So I was not breaking any rules.
You're the media.
Yeah, exactly. I did not break any rules. Yes. So later on, we did get a release saying the dog park was closed. But at this stage, I was doing everything,
by the book.
Yeah, we were good. We were good. So I hopped the fence, got the photos, and there was flames, there was smoke, and then I looked from the corner of my eye. I saw Candace's husband.
Jim
was there.
Jim.
Right? And so we always joke that in the newsroom that Jim should totally be on the payroll here.
He's like our beat reporter.
Right?
Yeah, he's there.
He's always there. He's always out and about in the community. He's probably got I don't even know how many photos over the last couple of years for us. So Jim's snapping photos. Yeah. And then Candace was sending text messages saying, she's like, my husband's on it. Here's some photos and stuff. And I was like, yes, he is. And I've got photos too. And then you shortly later, you're like, hey, this is what's happening. And then actually at that point, I already had the story up on the website. And I was like, you're too late, Eric.
Well, come on. I was at a bowling birthday party for my kids, and then we were driving and we're like, it smells like smoke, and we were going up the 22 and we're like, oh my goodness, the Ramada's on fire. I'm driving, I'm not checking my phone, but I'm like, Stacy, my wife, who's not driving, I'm like, we gotta switch spots. I gotta go take photos. I gotta be a journalist. I have to do it. And she's like, you go, honey. And so we passed the Quigley-Glenbow intersection and we were there, but it was like a standstill. So I hopped out. Stacy jumped over and I hit that hill and I fell down the hill, Lauren, and I cut my hand open.
You did. You actually have a cut.
I'm running. I'm going. I'm like, I'm such a good journalist. I call Lauren. Lauren, I'm here. And she's like, we already have the story, Eric. Blood is gushing down my hand. I'm like, do you need me to go to the rally? No, Eric, we're already done. Go home, Eric. Okay, fine. That's what I get. That is what I get for being on the job 24/7. Blood. Hand, blood. Look at camera.
On the job 24/7.
Yes.
Well, you're too late. What can I say?
Maybe you needed more photos. I would have went into the building.
I'm sure the firefighters would have really appreciated that.
Media, right? Media has clearance on everything.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh man, I appreciate the effort. I mean, that was fantastic. If there would have been a third event going on at the same time, like that could have been all yours.
That could have been me, right? Huge rally, fire, and then like a kitten parade. That would have been my event.
Next time for sure. But yeah, you got to give it to the firefighters.
Oh my
man.
gosh. And like probably 24/7 since, because of course yesterday, Tuesday, it just relit on fire.
I couldn't believe it. So it had already been out for like 24 hours, I think. At
least.
And then you were in here in the room. So Fire Inspector Jeff Avery, he called my cell phone, and I was like, well, that's odd. I'm like, he should be sitting at home right now with his feet up,
chilling.
Like all of the firefighters should be right now, because they've done a ton of stuff here for the last few days. And anyway, he's like, so he's like, you probably noticed all of the smoke right now. The Ramada's back on fire again. And anyway, so they had hot spots, and then the wind sparked the fire again.
Oh, man.
So.
And then all these kids started showing up at the station, and we were like, what's going on? Well, and then they had to close Glenbow because the smoke was too heavy. And you got to imagine, for them to actually move that amount of students, it must have been really nasty.
Yeah, that's amazing. So hats off to everyone who involved. I mean, they did have to call in extra fire crews from surrounding communities and whatnot, but it could have been a whole lot worse. None of the businesses surrounding the Ramada were badly damaged or anything like that, or damaged at all. So it's because of the fire crews, obviously, and their quick work and whatnot. But man, pretty scary.
And we kind of have a saying here at the newsroom at CochraneNow. It's either like everything or nothing as far as Cochrane's going. And this weekend, it was everything kind of weekend. Of course, we had the fire, the rally, and then the Kimmick Cup was actually going on as well. And man, did they find huge success.
They did. So as far as the amount of people registered in the event, they only had about 24 teams or so. So that's a little bit smaller than what they typically had.
Understandable, though.
For sure. So they had to be mindful of COVID and all that kind of stuff. But almost, I think they were actually anticipating over $100,000 raised for different charities.
Oh,
but that's incredible.
And this is the most grassroots charity thing you could ever see, right?
Yeah.
It's all done from right here in Cochrane, and they do such an amazing job. And you got to imagine over the last couple of years, it hasn't been easy to do things like this.
For sure.
And here's hoping that next year it is 100% back to normal.
For sure.
Good on them.
They couldn't have the banquet this year, which is a huge part of the event. So they kind of had to put that on the back burner. But hopefully 2023, right? That'll be next year. It can be like the traditional Kimmick Cup and a full-on event. But I think people were just excited to get out there and actually put their skates on and, take part in the event again.
Yeah. I got to imagine last night, a lot of service workers here in Cochrane were doing the happy dance because they no longer have to check your QR code as of today for the REP program.
Right?
She's done so. And seeing the state of some of the phones and iPads that were scanning our devices going into restaurants or different places here in town, you got to imagine that a lot of people are like, no longer have to dig for my ID. Everybody's forgetting. And so that's all done for right now, at least.
Well, that's always my biggest thing is I have my QR code on my phone. Thanks to you, actually. You helped me out, so it's right on my homepage, or I don't even, is that what it's called? I don't even know.
Like a widget.
A widget
on your phone.
It's a widget on my phone. So that's nice. But my ID, so it's always buried in my wallet and my purse, and I have a million things in my purse because I'm a typical lady and I can never find it. So every time I go into a restaurant, I'm like, wait, everybody, wait 5 minutes. I can't find all my stuff here. And so that aspect, I'm not going to miss.
Yeah. And so many things are going to change over the next month, March 1st, no more masks and all that jazz. So, yeah, here's hoping it all sticks and normal life returns.
They didn't have a tagline though. Like, remember last summer it was
Best
open.
summer ever.
Yeah, and like open for summer,
Yeah.
open for good. So is this going to be like an open for spring, open for good, or are they like
Maybe
they didn't want to jump the gun?
jinx it.
Yeah,
Right. So they're just gonna let it ride, hope for the best, and yeah, we're both planning on doing a little bit of traveling in the future. So I'm really hoping that some of those tests to get on airplanes kind of go away, mostly because they cost money.
Right.
And I do not want to spend money on something that's so not fun.
Right? Who wants to take a COVID test in an airport when you're already airports aren't fun.
No.
You're tired, you're hungry,
We
you're
both have young kids, so you have young kids that you're trying to entertain in the airport.
Somebody's not listening or hungry or throwing a fit or something, and then it's like, oh, here, like, let's
Stick
have a COVID
this in your
test.
nose, kid.
Exactly. Like, it's going to be a nightmare. And then it's like $300 American or whatever. Yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to that either.
So here's hoping that drops. Think of Lauren and myself when you're doing that.
Right.
And also in Cochrane, man, do we have some amazing young people who are just always going a step above. And last week, right after we did our podcast episode, I got to hang out with Jacob. So Jacob's 8 years old, and in class he learned that crayons, wax crayons that we used to color with, are actually really, really bad for the environment, especially our oceans.
Yeah.
So a ton end up in our oceans. They're bad for our marine life. And little 8-year-old Jacob was like, nuh-uh, not on my watch. I am going to fix this right here in Cochrane. So Cubby's Crayons was born. And so he is actually asking for donations of crayons. He takes them. They're broken. They're used. He melts them down, gives them new fun shapes like panda bears, snakes, and then he sells them back for $2 for 10, 10 little guys. And then he actually gives half to animal charities.
Yeah.
But I got to give it to the family because they've been posting. We posted a story I've been seeing all over social media. Jacob's a little overwhelmed right now.
I would imagine. I was looking at some photos, and people love this idea, as they should, because it's an amazing idea. And the amount of crayons that it looks like that are coming into this family, I think it's a little overwhelming.
And it's just always Cochrane gives back, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people in town are always looking for another way to give to the community. And they saw these stories about this little guy, and they're like, we'll go buy some crayons and smash them up and give it to him. But yeah, he's got pounds and pounds of crayons.
Yeah.
But that story's up on CochraneNow.com, and we wish him the best, man. It's not easy opening your own business at 8 years old.
Oh, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And you learn something new. Like, I didn't know wax crayons were bad for marine life.
No,
Did you know that?
You've just been hucking them in the ocean.
Oh,
here go, fishies.
Every time I went anywhere on a plane, I'd bring extra crayons to throw them in the ocean. 100%.
It's a Meister tradition. But yeah, huge shout out to Jacob. That is everything going on in town. Of course, a lot has been this fire. And it's just, they did say that they plan to rebuild.
Yes.
Right? So that is really good to hear. The staff have had different jobs. They've been moved. They've been shuffled. So hopefully no one's lost their position.
Well, exactly. And my big thing, we forgot to talk about this, but remember this hotel? It's been struck by lightning 2 times.
When did this story come out?
Do you not remember? Last summer, I did a story on this. So the Ramada had actually been struck by lightning 2 separate occasions. No one was injured on either occasion. I don't know when the first time happened, but it was struck by lightning in July.
Okay.
And I had done a story. You don't remember my story? Come on. So yeah, don't you think it's a bit eerie?
So it's struck twice.
Struck by lightning twice. And now it's burnt down, basically. Like, I don't know.
Was it never meant to be?
Right? What's underneath the hotel? Doesn't it make you wonder? I don't know.
Are you going looking for ghosts now?
Well, I know. Like, maybe we should go get the ghost hunter kit from the Cochrane Public Library.
I'm sure that'd be a great call to Jeff Avery. Hey, Jeff, I need access to the site. Oh, Lauren, you need some photos? No. We are looking for fire ghosts.
Right? I'm just saying. No, I don't know.
I'd be down. I'm always down for a good ghost busting.
Well, don't you think it's a bit eerie and a bit odd?
Maybe if it was struck a third time. I don't think it was lightning that finally took it down.
Do we know?
Do we know?
Was there a lightning storm on Sunday? It was pretty beautiful outside.
Maybe just like localized over the Ramada.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. Stranger
But you're
things
a
have happened.
Ghostbuster.
Well, I could be
Yeah.
with the ghost hunting kit. I don't know.
All right.
All
well,
these questions that we need answers to.
There you go. Well, stay tuned because maybe next week we'll be talking to Lauren in prison when she gets arrested for ghost hunting in the burnt down Ramada.
Never know.
You never know. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.
Let's talk to you next week.